Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode with EPZ Unleashed. This is the Haphazard series. So, there is a bunch of things going around the NBA right now about Jimmy Butler. He has officially demanded a trade and not really saying I demand a trade, but basically saying he wants to play somewhere else. Somebody that appreciates his hard work. Now, there's got to be some type of tea in behind this because at first, Jimmy said something at the end of the playoffs about how there's no way Boston would have won the chip if he was playing. There's no way that this would have went down, that would have went down, da 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 da. And then the GM, Pat Riley, told him to shut his mouth. He needed to shut his mouth. I thought that was a little disrespectful. But here comes training camp. Jimmy Butler has shown up, and nothing else was said about it. Then there's been this rumor since then about Jimmy Butler wanting to be traded, get him out of Miami, da 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 da. And then Pat Riley and the Miami Heat make an announcement saying that they are not trading Jimmy Butler. Then not even maybe a week, maybe a little couple more days after that, Jimmy Butler comes out and says, he enjoys playing basketball. He's gonna go out there and play his hardest like he does every night. And he hopes that, it will help the team to win. Then all of a sudden, Jimmy Butler is interviewed and it said that he was like, people are saying that he doesn't, in the organization saying that he doesn't play his hardest. And then he gets suspended for 7 days for conduct not becoming of the team, some crap like that. Um, I think that Pat Riley was in his feelings about this, actually. I think he was in his feelings about it because for some reason it hit a nerve that Jimmy was saying what he says. But Jimmy Butler says stuff all the time. It doesn't mean, you know, I don't think he means to be, he's for real, but I don't think he means to be, any kind of malice way. I think he's just being funny, but he's saying what he wants to say. Just like when he said, Damian Lillard getting traded to Milwaukee, you know, uh, they should check, you know, for any tampering or whatever. That was funny to me. And he didn't get the player he wanted to play with, so he ended up getting Kyle Lowry. I would have been mad too if I got Kyle Lowry instead. Like, sheesh, I'd have been ticked off. But Kyle Lowry and Damian Lillard are not the same. By any stretch of the imagination, they are completely different players. Completely. Kyle Lowry is more of a defensive player, where Damian Lillard is an offensive player. So make it make sense. Anyway, I think we should go for Jimmy Butler. I think he has maybe a year. After this year, he has another year on his contract. I don't know. When did we sign? We signed Tobias Harris in 2001, I think. His contract was for 5 years. So it should be up. I don't know if he got an extension or what, but anyway, now people are like, let's trade him for Paul George. Paul George ain't even played 82 games with Philly yet, and y'all already ready to send him off. Calm down. Just calm down. He has to get his footing in behind this team. People think that this is 2K, that they're just gonna come in playing like a superstar, like they did in the previous team. No, calm down. Relax. Take two seats. That's not how this goes. First of all, he's got to be acclimated to the team and to the process and to the game plan, the scheme of things. Joel Embiid made an interesting comment in the beginning of the season saying that he wasn't sure what play was being run. Um, I think that's a lot because he wasn't in a lot of practices. He wasn't running those practices and running the guns and all that stuff. And okay, he made a comment. Okay, they corrected it. Even their inbounds passes are even better now. They're still lining up in that free throw line, freaking 3-point line thing, and it's worrisome. But there's been some really good inbounds passes. So I applaud improvement. I applaud trying to do better. I applaud that. Um Philly fans want an absolute home run. They were all, oh my gosh, Maury's cooking, Maury's cooking. He's bringing in Eric Gordon. Oh, he's cooking. He's bringing in uh uh Caleb Martin, he's cooking. He is doing it. He needs to win GM of the year. He's cooking. Then all of a sudden, when the game plan comes out about not playing back to backs and this, that, and the other, they want to whine and cry like some itsy bintsy little teensy wincy little fair weather fans. Those, what are they called? Those, those, what did they call them? Darn, it was some kind of fans. Oh, I was using it all last year. It was crazy funny. Anyway, Maury Tobias called Philly fans a certain kind of fan, and it was funny. And now I believe him. I see what they're talking about. Um, you can't be a fan just when they're winning. You have to be a fan of the team, period. Like, there's some podcasters that are like, I'll never watch this team again. I'm sick of this team. I'm throwing in the towel. I won't watch another game. Like, what the heck? Who's that hurting? That's not hurting them. That's hurting you. You're losing your joy for basketball because you're so emotionally invested in a team that you can't do anything about. You don't sign no players, you don't scout no players, you don't do any of that. And you are so bent out of shape. Oh my gosh, you're bent out of shape. Calm down. Take a couple seats. Is it up to the fans to, cheer this team on and get behind this team? Yeah. Is it up to the fans to buy tickets and uh, boo when the team is not doing good? I mean, that's objective. That's subjective to what the team is doing. When we played and won 10 games that season, that was a booing type of season. That was a boo, you stink, coach and GM type of thing. But to boo players now, it's stupid. Grow up. Don't do that. These players go out there and try to play their best amongst the injuries and the stuff that they've gone through. They have lives. They have partners and children. Like, they're not just out there just playing because they want to stay in shape, you ding dong. Like, come on. Some of these podcasters are just plain idiots. Like, oh, why do I even listen to these mugs? I haven't, though. I haven't listened to any of the podcasters, YouTube podcasters, in months because it's horrible. It's just not. It's not fan friendly. It's very opinionated and very um uh whiny, very whiny. Oh, and it's annoying. So yeah, I mean, I don't really have a lot of people listening to me, but I'm still talking and I'm gonna say how I feel, and I'm sure that's how they say how they feel too. But when you start to talk about a person's uh, heart, you don't know that person. You don't know what they're going through. That's why when my first podcast in this haphazard series was geared towards Ben Simmons and players like him, because there was a bad turn somewhere where the taste turned sour, and I wanted to correct that and change up, switch up, just a little. So not only are they dogging out Paul George, but now they're dogging out um, the GM, asking him to make moves for Jimmy Butler. How dare he let Finley get out the way? Like we had no chance to get Dorian Finley if some other team had a better deal. It is what it is. It's the business. So let's talk about Gershon Yabusele. Okay, this guy got bought out of his contract in France, and he was picked up by the Sixers on a minimum deal, and he signed for a year. He's been playing his tail off. And should we re-sign him next year? Of course we should. Can we? I don't know. I don't go into the money aspect of things. I don't go that deep into these things unless it's in my like I seen a post about it or the money, thing was around. I don't get into all that. Should we sign him? Heck yeah. He has been the motor behind this team since we started. He's been the motor. And starting him with Joel Embiid is brilliance. I think it should. The starters should be Tyrese Maxey, Paul George, Kelly Oubre, or Caleb Martin, Yabusele, and Joel Embiid. I know Nick Nurse said something about he started him because he wanted to sit KL and um, Reggie Jackson down for the second unit, whatever the case may be. He's not gonna flat out say, "Hey, they're not picking up their weight, um, so we had to go another route." He professionally said, "This is what I did," and it worked out. If you notice, when KL came back out to the court, we started we started losing a little bit. I don't know what it is about him, but his plus and minus sucks. I don't care what it says, if it's negative, positive, it sucks. When I see him on the court, it just the whole team looks discombobulated. I don't understand. Reggie Miller went out there, got a couple of steals, got a couple of back buckets, got a couple of rebounds. He was trying to do the most he can because he doesn't get a lot of PT. That's what you're supposed to do. It's the whole premise and behind starting the podcast, Return Jerseys, because you got to get out there and show your weight. Show them your weight. Tell them what you're worth. Yeah, I do this. Yeah, I do that. And that's exactly what Yabusele is doing right now. He's putting the whole NBA on notice. This is what he's been wanting for the past 5 years that he's been out of the NBA. He wanted to get back in and he wanted to show out and show up, and he's doing that. Is there any way for us to make some money to be able to sign him? The only way I see this happening where he's looking down a barrel of multi millions to go to another team or to show some loyalty and stay with the Sixers because they're the ones that believed in him. They're the ones that brought him back. And if he takes, as much as they can give him, he's worth it. He's worth it. He's worth it for the team morale. He's worth it for the motor. He's worth it because he shoots threes and he can take it to the rim. Like, and he can defend well. And he's a big body down there. Like, give him the bread as much as we possibly can. Can we let go of Dowden and get some extra bread? Probably so. Could we let go of um, Drum and get some more money? Probably. Could we let go of KL and have some extra money? Probably. But whatever we can give him, the kitchen sink, the signed bass by the Big Bopper, whatever, give it to him. Give it to him without messing up that core of players. Give it to him. I'm willing to let go of KL. I'm ready. I'm willing to let go of Dalton. I'm willing to let go of Drum. I'm willing to let go of Reggie. Let's see. I'm willing to let go of. I'm even ready to let go of. No, I can't even say that. I'm not. I'm not ready to let go of Ricky. I almost said it. I almost did for real. But no, I'm not ready to give up Ricky. If you think about next season, I know it's a long ways away, but if you think about it, with Tyrese Maxey and Jared McCain, with Paul George, Yabusele, and Joel Embiid, that is going to be a team that is going to put a stamp on the East Coast and make their name known in the West. I mean, that's a nice squad right there. And if we let go of Drum, we have, you know, we have oh boy, um, Adembona. We do have him, and we also have that dude, um, what's his name? Lance. No, that's not Lance. Nance. Nance. There you go. Nance. We got Nance, but I think we can let him go too to keep Yabusele. Whatever needs to be done besides letting go of Caleb, Kelly, um, Jared, of course, Maxi, Embiid, Paul. Let's see who else. Oh yeah, I forgot we can let go of Eric Gordon too. Keep Yabusele. Yabusele, Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, Caleb Martin, Kelly Oubre, KJ Martin, and Ricky Council, Adembona, Jared McCain. Those should be players that should be coming back next year. Ricky's getting a lot more PT. His stock is rising. KJ has showed me something this season that I didn't see a lot of him last year. He didn't play a lot last year. I hadn't really paid too much attention to him in LA. I did watch him a little bit on the Rockets. Um, I like his gameplay. I like how aggressive he can be. I do enjoy that. A lot of people think he's gonna get traded at the trade deadline. He just might, but hopefully it's something beneficial. So if we were to get rid of KJ and we could make a deal to get him to come over to go to Miami and we can get Jimmy, I think it would have to be because KJ can get down there and bang with um Abu Azi. What's his name? Abu Azi from The Wire. No, Bam Adebayo. I think Adabizi, that's his name, Adabizi. Adebayo and KJ Martin down there would be destructive for real. Um, so that'd be a good pickup for Miami. I also think if they wanted, they got plenty of guards, but Love is he's just Kevin Love needs to go ahead and retire. I think he's trying to outdo LeBron and stay as long as LeBron stays. I mean, he doesn't play a lot. He's trying to be the next um what's that guy's name? Hassan. I mean, I guess that's his name. He was there and didn't play a lot of games for a lot of years, but he was their root and tutor, so I mean, so be it. Um, I think that they would do better to replace Kevin Love and put a good, strong um power forward, and KJ could be that guy. Who else could we throw them? We could throw them Nance. We could also throw them some picks. I mean, Miami has been in the playoffs every season, so they haven't gotten like terribly great picks. After they got Hero and Duncan, they really haven't been in the lottery. So I think KJ Martin, Nance, maybe they ain't gonna want KL back, but they can show have him. And some picks, I think we could get Jimmy Butler. Why not? I mean, it's not like we're signing him. He already has a contract. He has 2 years, I think, on his contract. And I think that would be a great fit for us. Of course. Having Jimmy Butler on this thing it'd be Tyrese Maxey, Jimmy Butler, Paul George, Yabusele, and Embiid. That would be masterful. Could you see that? That would be masterful. These defenders are defensive minded players, and that would be killer, a killer to them. I know everybody's like, but he has a sour taste in about Philly because they picked Tobias Harris over him. That's not necessarily true. He said it on even on his YouTube channel. He was debating whether going to Miami or staying in Philly. He likes being in the warm weather. It helps him work out better. So he chose Miami. It was a sign and trade type of situation. It was the only way Miami was going to be able to make that because of their, I believe, of their cap space or whatever. So, should we get Paul George and give him up for Jimmy Butler? No, absolutely not. I 100% say, heck no. Go get Jimmy Butler with those picks we got. We have him for 2 years. Let him, you know, do his thing. Embiid will be happy. Embiid would be ecstatic, and that's I think a lot of what the powers to be need to do is make Joel Embiid happy. I mean, everybody was booing him and talking about this, talking about that, when he got fined for that brawl beat down that he gave that reporter, I don't think the GMs and the owners took his side. They had to be politically um, aware of the ramifications of a reporter could do to their squad. So they had to play nice, which made it bad for Embiid. So let's make Embiid happy and let's go get Jimmy Butler. Let's, you know, shuffle up and deal. Next season, it'll be Tyrese Maxey, Butler with Jared McCain coming off the bench, and he's gonna be a phenomenal sixth player of the year. He's not gonna win rookie of the year because he's down, even though he's still third or fourth in the rookie standings. That's crazy. He hasn't played in over a month. That's crazy. Jared McCain, I hope your recovery is doing well. Embiid, Paul George, KJ, Kelly Oubre, I hope you guys' recovery is going well. I hope you guys are healing up fast. Um, we got an all-star break in about a month and a half. Um, so rev up, get it together, and show the world what you made of. Also, I wanted to bring up some things that's been happening um in the world. In the world, Craig. The typhoon that happened, I think it was in Africa. My gosh, devastating. Prayers go out to these survivors and the families of the ones that didn't survive. This weather changing is ridiculous. I live in the Midwest and we are having some crazy, crazy days. It's snowing, it's ice, it's raining, it's just such a dry cold, all kinds of things. Um, so be aware of your surroundings, people. Check your weather before you go out. See what the traffic gonna be like. Be cautious, be friendly, be kind, and try to have a great day. Have a wonderful day. You know, I have a Patreon account now, and I have a lot of digital art that I've made. Not all of the digital art, but it's a little couple pieces I put out there just to test the waters. Come check me out. I'm playing Sims on there. I'll be uploading some videos about that and the save file I'm making. I'm still looking for some more designers. I'm looking for some house builders, some non-mod, non-CC um Sims builders. Hit me up, send me a message. Find me on X, find me on Twitter, whatever you want to call it. Um, Find me on Spotify, EPZ Unleashed. Find me wherever podcasts are heard. Hopefully I'm there. Also I wanted to say it's a new year. It's a fresh financial start for all of us. Let's make better financial decisions. Let's start a budget this year. Let's do the envelope challenge. I'm gonna start my envelope challenge at the beginning of February. I don't know why I always start things in February. I don't know. Um, I had a couple of sisters pass away in January, the same day of the week, same month, same day, 11 years apart. And I don't do so well in January. Um, I had my great nephew pass away the beginning of December, a couple years back. So I don't do very good in December either. Um, November's not a very good month for me either. I don't know if it's the winter. I don't know what it is, but I don't start revving up the year until maybe April, maybe May. I don't know. It's just I'm trying to get out of that state of mind. I'm trying to get out of that way of thinking and try to be more active in these months. That's what made me try to change up this podcast to make it more random and more free for me to speak and say what I want to say. It is mine after all, it's not like I'm paying somebody for a spot on TV or something like that. So I'm trying to get out of that mental uh restraint that is on me. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm trying to do what I can. It's just tough, it's tough. Um, it's cold, it's winter, um, body aches and heartbreaks and things like that have occurred, and I don't know. I'm praying and I'm looking to see a professional. So in my community, it's not very known in the past, but it's starting to pick up. And I think that that's a great thing. Don't be afraid to reach out for some help when you feel yourself going into a space that isn't as productive as you're used to being. Don't just think you can get out yourself. Um, Look to other means. You know, Look to talk to your friends, your family. Get yourself in a different routine. Try to switch it up, change it up. Change what you're eating, change what you're drinking, change what you're viewing the first thing you wake up. For the last thing you go to sleep, just try to switch up and see if things are better. See if things will um change up for you. Don't stay in that rut. And that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to switch up, change up, and we'll see where this process goes. Today is January 6th. A shout out to my baby. He turned 13 yesterday. Uh, he's one of my greats. And I don't know what else to say. I guess be good, be kind, be sweet, be awesome. And I will holla at y'all tomorrow. It's Epeasy, and I'm out. See you later, Gators. After a while, crocodiles.